What's up guys, this is Alan from Apartment Approved. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you one of the best deals that I coincidentally found here in Canada. GearForFit cable tower. Let's get into the review. Alright guys, so let's talk about this. This is the GearForFit cable tower. Now I picked this up a few weeks back. If you've been following the channel, you know that I'm looking to get into digital resistance. This was just an offer that I just couldn't refuse. So first of all, I'll give you some of the backstory and the history behind this. I actually went over there to pick up their bench that I'm going to be reviewing soon. And it's just one thing, like when you go to the showroom and actually see equipment in real life, it's so much better. So I've been eyeing this up for a while. The original price was $8.99 Canadian. It was then discounted to $7.99. And at that price with weight stacks, this has 175 pound weight stacks. So for that price with weight stacks, it's unbeatable. You know, something similar would be like, you know, Bells of Steel cable tower. Yeah, that has more weight on it, but you're looking at like $2,000 Canadian, right? There's a bit more of a commitment. But for $7.99, it became interesting. So when I saw this in real life, it was totally different from what I saw in any of their media, like their product shots or anything like that. So much beefier, like the feet here are sturdy. It's got this foot plate here for low rows. Now this is really important because I've been searching for a freestanding cable tower for so long. I never wanted to go through the hassle of having to put a weight horn at the back and then add some extra weights on the back just to kind of counterbalance it. Because when you're in an apartment, you don't want to be mounting this stuff to the walls, right? You have lease agreements and tenant boards and all this kind of regulation, right? So you don't want to be getting yourself in trouble. I just wanted something discreet, can come in, get your workout done, and you know, once your agreement is up, you can move, right? So with a cable tower that has weight stacks that you have to then add more weight, it's just kind of making the unit more dense, it's adding more weight. And I just wanted like a freestanding one. The Force USA tandem tower, that looked the most appealing to me, but I think it comes up to like 700 pounds or something. Like it's a very dense unit. And I was just kind of nervous putting that much weight in my apartment. So I asked him how much this weighed. Apparently it's just over 215 or 18 pounds, about 220 pounds, which is that's a fair amount, right? But the main question I asked him is it really freestanding? I almost couldn't believe it. And he said, yeah, it is. It's really freestanding. So when I went to the showroom, I was really yanking this thing. I was like pulling it as much as I could. And to my complete surprise, the thing's not moving. It's just sturdy. So it's absolutely incredible. I would say if you're in Canada, these guys GearForFit, absolutely recommend them. I don't have any affiliate links to them, anything like that. Just simply sharing what I've found. They have a lot of good stuff. And some of the stuff, like, it kind of looks familiar from some of the other brands, but like at a cheaper price. I'll just leave it at that. They are actually bringing out a different version of this with articulating arms, similar to the EonFit E1. So they had this in their showroom and the owner, great guy, was basically saying, do you want to take this piece for a cheaper price? So he offered it to me for like 600 bucks. Mind you, I've already ordered the Enola gym, so I'm having to wait months for that thing to come. But in the interim, it's such a good deal, I could not pass on it, so I picked it up. So that's pretty much the story of how I got this. All right, so let's get into some of the dimensions of this product. So this unit is 85 inches tall. As a reference, I'm 6'2" and my hand can reach here. This also has 17 different points of adjustment as well. I've tried to do lat pull downs on a bench and wasn't able to get a full range of motion with that. So I have resorted to sitting on the floor, which I'm okay with. It's not, you know, it's a home gym. You can sit on the floor, it's fine. You know, of course, being at the gym with like your legs locked in and it coming directly from above is amazing. But for me, a big important factor is having the cables come directly from above. And this gets almost there. It's really good. It's really good. It definitely lights up your lats. So I've come up with my own kind of ingenious way to do lat pull downs here. I basically load it up pretty heavy and then use the weight as like a counterbalance to get down on the floor. Now, if you look at this low row foot plate here, I thought this would be an issue. Like if I'm sitting on it, like having my knees touch it and stuff like that. But it's actually fine in hindsight. Like I just kind of arch my knees over it and then lock my feet into these. Now these are awesome. Like doing lat pull downs with my feet locked in here really locks me in terms of the foot. I'm not being locked in terms of my knees coming back up, which is a problem. It's kind of making me wish I had like a full-on 3x3 cable tower so I can have an attachment to lock my knees in. That's just because I'm using up to like 150 pounds to do lat pull downs, and anything after that, it is starting to slightly make me come up a bit, which I will admit that is a little bit annoying, but nonetheless, it gets the job done. You can definitely light your lats up with this. Moving on, low rows on here, I've tried a couple of different things. So I've tried using the bench and then putting these wedges here to lock me in. And then it kind of simulates what you would have at your standard commercial gym. It feels good, but it's just a little bit cumbersome to have to like bring the bench and put the thing. And when you're like dripping in sweat, you just want to kind of move seamlessly from workout to workout. So for low rows instead, what I've resorted to is basically using it how it was designed. I get on the floor, put my legs up against this and just pull, and it feels awesome. Like I would say for how it's designed, it does like most things well. I wish that I could like pull the bench closer though. On other cable towers, you can pull it closer because you don't have these type of like stabilizing feet. But because the stabilizing feet's here, it's a good thing because it stabilizes the tower, but then you can't do certain exercises. Like, for example, a tricep push down from behind. Well, I guess I am kind of doing it right now with one hand, but like it would be so nice to be able to like have the bench there, lock them together and do it. You could definitely like get like a daisy chain. That actually feels kind of good actually. I might actually do that from now on. There you go, I just solved my own problem on camera. So one of the other exercises that I really was curious to see if it would feel good is like a chest press. Now, I've tried this in various different ways. And as you can see, one of the problems has just arisen. Now, I don't know if it's with this unit or with every unit, but if you want to get a close-up of this, you'll see that this whole thing is coming apart, right? So every now and then, I have to like reposition all of this so that it can go back in slowly. That is becoming quite cumbersome to have to deal with. You can see here as well, I'm sure this is put in the right place, but like this is just eating the life out of this metal right here. So I'm really not sure how long that will last, but like I say, this is just for the interim. So at that price, I reckon I could probably sell it, maybe even make a profit, hopefully. I'm actually really want to try to make a profit on this. So I'll stay tuned for that. I'll let you know if I made that, but it's a cable tower at the end of the day. It's not bad, it's really good. I think if this was brand new, like if you guys picked it up brand new, some of the problems I'm having, you probably wouldn't even have. So yeah, I can recommend this for sure. I would definitely say this is apartment approved. If you love cable work like me, you're gonna love this. Like bicep curls feel amazing, rows feel solid. Lat pull downs, if you're willing to be a bit flexible, they feel pretty good. Stuff that feels a little bit lackluster, I would say, is cable flies. It does feel okay. What I will say is that I used to feel pretty nervous that these type of things would fall over and hit me from behind my head. But this machine really gives me confidence because I trust it that it's gonna stay stable and it's not going to hit me from behind. So cable flies feel okay. I would honestly love to have like a wider, like traditional functional trainer level of width so I could get like really nice flies. And some cable towers give you the option to have that, like the Eon Fit, for example. But this is okay. This is okay. I highly recommend adding these swivel shackles as well. This was one of the first things I add. I know Bells will still always recommend that, and these have been awesome. I'm not sure of the gauge of steel. I think it might be 14. Definitely not like super commercial grade quality, but it's strong. It's strong. It's sturdy. You're not gonna damage this thing anytime soon. The weight stacks go up to 175 pounds, which I will say is actually really good for an apartment because it makes the unit not that heavy. And for me, that's pretty attractive. I will say though that it's not the kind of thing you want to have long term. If you can lift more than that, this ain't going to be for you. You're going to need like a 200-pound stack or more than that. But yeah, 176 pounds, it's good enough. And I think good enough sums this up entirely. It's good enough. It's, if I take this off, you see the top plate isn't quite flush with everything else. So I have to like push this down every time I want to put the pin in. Oh, one other thing, this was relatively simple to put together. The funny thing about this is that I never had any instructions. Because this was a display unit, I asked the guy, how am I supposed to put this together? He's like, it's easy, just, you can figure it out, basically. And I didn't have any instructions. I had to literally figure it out. It was hilarious, but I stayed up till 3 a.m. and got this done. So if I can do it without instructions, then if you buy this brand new with instructions, you're gonna have a way easier time than I did. If you're looking for a budget cable tower that's actually of a decent quality, you live in Canada, you can't go wrong with this. I think they have a few units left because they're trying to get new stock in for their different style. But honestly, this is amazing for the price. I think it's like $7.99 still at the moment. Go check it out, highly recommend. This has been the review of the GearForFit cable tower. Hope you've enjoyed. Stay cool, stay blessed, peace.